I have a huge box. Let's see what's inside. Oh wow. But before I show you what's inside of this box, Head of Zeus, they contacted me a month ago or so and said, hey, could we send you a package? They saw the video where I did the best book of 2022 so far according to booktubers, and a lot of booktubers mentioned book published by Head of Zeus, and Head of Zeus saw the video and loved it, and they were like, we want to send you a box. So it's finally time to see what's inside of this box, and afterwards I have a ton of books to show you. Alright, let's get into it. Okay, this is amazing. First up we have The Grace of Kings by Ken Liu, the first book in Dandelin Dynasty. Bookborn and Patrick Lee. I promise I'll try to give this series a read very soon. Then we have The Wall of Storms by Ken Liu, book 2 in the Dandelin Dynasty. Look at that. It's a chunky book. The Whale Throne by Ken Liu, book 3 in the Dandelin Dynasty. And lastly we have a hardback as well. Speaking Bones by Ken Liu. And would you look at that, how beautiful is that? Now I own all 4 books in the Dandelin Dynasty by Ken Liu. The spines all match, and I am so excited. Thank you so much, Head of Zeus, for sending me this, but there are more books. First up we have another Ken Liu book, The Paper Menagerie by Ken Liu and Other Stories. I have heard so many great things about this book, and I have really struggled with short stories, but everyone says that this book is so good. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to reading this one. I have like a mountain of books here. Book 6, The Gauntlet and the Feast Beneath by Ian Green. So I actually met Ian Green recently. He was in a video of mine here. Super friendly guy, and he definitely made me intrigued to pick up this book, and it's not too long, so I might give this one a try sometime soon. We then have Ashes of the Sun by Django Wexler. So I heard covers with Cassidy talk about this book, and she loved it, and I've always loved this cover art. It is so beautiful. I haven't read anything by Django Wexler yet, but this definitely gives me an excuse to finally pick up some of his work. And lastly, we have Bookborn's favorite book of the year, The Three-Body Problem by Cixin Liu. I definitely butchered that, but this is actually translated by Ken Liu, so technically I have like 6 books that Ken Liu either wrote or has translated, so that's amazing. But I've heard so many great things about this one. I really struggle with the sci-fi genre, but I definitely do have this book on my TBR. Hopefully I will love it. Oh, and how could I forget? The Children of Gods and Fighting Men by Shauna Lawless. So I received this book a couple of days ago. I met Sean at FantasyCon. Really nice person, and I've heard a lot of great things about this one. So actually my wife is going to read this book very soon, and if she loves it, I'll probably also pick it up. So from Head of Zeus alone, I've received all of these books. This is absolutely mad. Thank you so much. But these are not the only books I've received. It's time to talk about special editions. Alright, let's talk about the rest of the books on the floor, because why not? Alright, the first 2 special editions I have is the first binding. So firstly we have the Broken Binding special edition of the first binding. So this is signed and numbered. There were 2 bookmarks included, a sticker, and look at the end paper, so beautiful. And also very cool. There's a section of the book on the spine, which I haven't really seen that much before, so I really appreciate that. There's black sprayed edges. But then we also have the first binding, the Goldsboro edition. So this one has red sprayed edges. There's this beautiful art card, and you can read more about the book behind. And similar to the Broken Binding edition, this one is also signed and numbered, and it doesn't have fancy end papers, but look at that. So that is so beautiful. So actually I do like both editions, but I actually think the Goldsboro edition is just slightly better here, just because you get an additional art card. I know you get 2 bookmarks with the other one, but I do like the art card a bit more, and this is just really cool. But both editions are absolutely stunning. So yeah, I'm very happy about these 2. The third special edition is Babel by R.F. Kuang, the Broken Binding edition with these beautiful sprayed edges, an exclusive bookmark. This one is also signed and numbered, and has the naked hardback. Look how beautiful that is. So my wife is actually currently reading this book. She is really enjoying it, and I'm definitely planning on reading this book very soon. Hopefully maybe even start next week. The Final Strife by Sarah El Arifi, the Goldsboro edition with this slipcase. Whoa, that's so beautiful. I think this is the first time Goldsboro has done a slipcase for a subscription. These are, look at this. This is so stunning. So this one has a slipcase, but no sprayed edges, but that is absolutely fine. But look at the end paper. Ooh, that is so beautiful. And this is a signed and numbered copy. Out of 2,000, I have 714. I must say, I love the design for this one, and I've heard a lot of great things about this book. It definitely sounds very different and unique, so I'm definitely very intrigued to give this one a try. Back in the slipcase it goes. It's not going too well. Go on. There you go. Alright, we have 3 more books. Upgrade by Blake Crouch, the Goldsboro edition. So this is a signed and numbered edition, 325 out of 350, and is signed by Blake Crouch. So I actually haven't read anything by Blake Crouch, but when I saw these ones go on sale for, I think it was around £20, I just knew I had to pick this up. And a lot of people have recommended picking up Blake Crouch, so some of you might know I have struggled a lot with the sci-fi genre, but I love Andy Weir, and people say that Blake Crouch is a very, very good entry point into sci-fi. This one is short, so I'll definitely give this one a try eventually. And we have 2 arcs, which I'm so excited about. The first one is Legends and Latte by Travis Baldry. So I was so fortunate to receive an arc of this book. If you've been following me for the past year, you know that I read this one earlier this year and I absolutely loved it. It gave me all the cozy vibes. And I feel so fortunate to have a physical arc of one of my favorite books of the year, Legends Latte by Travis Baldry. And I might actually potentially meet Travis Baldry in a month or so. We'll see if that happens, but fingers crossed that I'll actually be able to chat with Travis Baldry in person soon. And the last physical arc is A Day of Fallen Night by Samantha Shannon. Look at this chunky boy. So I was very, very fortunate to receive an arc of this book. I know this is one of the most anticipated releases for so many people. So I actually recently read The Prior of the Orange Tree. If you want to know my full thoughts, I made a whole video just talking about my feelings. But basically, I gave that book 3.5 stars. I can see why people love it, but it didn't become a new favorite of mine. But I love the world, so I'm very intrigued to see if maybe this book will become a new favorite of mine. So yeah, thank you so much, Bloomsbury Books, for sending me a physical arc. I am so thankful. Alright, only 5 more books to go. Sorry for interrupting the video, I just want to say a special thanks to my patrons who support what I do here. I really appreciate it. The first book is the special edition of the Pillars of Peace series by Tom Dumbrell. So this is the omnibus edition with beautiful sprayed edges, new cover art. You have all 3 books in the Pillars of Peace series. So this is a signed and numbered edition. You can see here it's number 6 out of 300. And one of the best things about this whole edition is the naked hardback. How stunning is that? And then we also have new art for each of the books. And we also have a full map. Absolutely stunning. Well done to the Broken Binding and Tom Dumbrell for making arguably the prettiest indie book I've ever seen in my whole life. And then we have the Winry Flame Trilogy by Jen Williams. This is the Broken Binding edition with beautiful sprayed edges. All of these are signed and numbered. As you can see, I have 252. So all 3 books have the same end paper but different colors. But the best things about these books are you ready? Look at that. That is absolutely stunning. So this is Ninth Reign, and this is the naked hardback for the Bitter Twins. You have this incredible dragon, and here you can see the end papers. And lastly, Poison Song. And here we have a beautiful tiger. This is absolutely incredible. Well done, the Broken Binding. And with every special edition, we also had some bookmarks. And last but not least, we have Kings of Paradise by Richard Nell. So he actually sent me this book. This is a signed book. He wrote a message. Thanks very much for the attention, Johan. I hope you enjoy the book. And then it's signed Richard Nell. So he actually contacted me after I made the top 20 fantasy series, and Ash of Sand was actually ranked number 19. And as a thank you for making the video, he just wanted to send me a signed copy. I've heard a lot of great things about this book, especially if you're a fan of Grimdark, so I'm really excited to give this one a try, hopefully soon. So those are all the books I received over the past 3 or 4 months. Which edition is your favorite? Thank you so much for watching, see you in the next video.